You worry about people judging you, so you hold yourself back. You worry about people judging you, so you hold yourself back. The truth is, if you want to be an influencer, if you want to be a leader, you're going to have to put yourself out there. Woo! All right. I got a question to ask you. Could it actually be selfish to not make money? As a coach, could it actually be selfish to not make money? Now, this goes against a lot of people's beliefs, but I want to talk about it real quickly. Because when I first uh, really started high impact coaching, scaling and getting to that next level, I actually, at one of the events that we're at, I met Adam Toren. And for those of you guys who don't know who Adam Toren, and Adam and his brother founded Entrepreneur. So I'm sure you've heard of Entrepreneur. So Adam is the founder of Entrepreneur. And when I was talking to Adam, um, Adam does a lot of work with really high level entrepreneurs, obviously being the founder of Entrepreneur. And I was talking to him about everything that we're doing with high impact coaching and how we work with a lot of starting coaches. Obviously, we work with a ton of six-figure coaches, helping them get to seven figures and beyond. But we work with a lot of starting coaches and helping them get to their first six figures. And as I was having this conversation with Adam, he literally says, "Dude, props to you." And I was like, "Why?" And he goes, "I'm going to be completely honest. I could never work with starting coaches." And I was like, "Why?" "They're great people." And he goes, "Yeah, they're great people. They have the best intentions. Their heart is in it. They're servant leaders. They're out to change the world. But the problem is, if they're not already earning six figures, it's because they're selfish." I'm going to repeat that. This is from one of the top entrepreneurs in the world. He says, if you aren't making six figures in your coaching business, it's because you're being selfish. And I was like, what? I was flabbergasted by this. I was blown away. I was like, what do you mean? How could a coach, someone who's out there trying to serve others, be selfish? Right? That's like the most unselfish thing that you could do. And he goes, well, let me point it out to you this way. Most of these coaches, the reason that they aren't earning six figures is because they're so focused on themselves rather than the other people that are out there that need to be serviced. Truthfully, if they're making six figures, that means they're getting out there and they're actually getting into action and implementation and serving a ton of other people. If they're not making six figures, most of the time it's because they're stuck in their own head, being selfish, selfishly worrying about things, being afraid of things. They're too focused on their logo. They're too focused on trying to be perfect from the very beginning. And because of that, they're not getting to the people that need them. They're so focused on whether or not people would judge them. They're so focused on whether or not they're good enough. And all of these things are self-centered thoughts. And it prevents them from doing the one thing. It prevents them from doing the one thing that actually matters as a coach, which is helping people. He goes, honestly, I can never work with coaches. He goes, I love working with coaches, but I can never work with coaches unless they're already earning six figures because they have proven to not be selfish. According to Adam Toren, the CEO and founder of Entrepreneur, if you're not making six figures, it's because you're being selfish, right? So what are some of the things that we might be being selfish about if we're not at that six-figure mark already, right? Number one, you're worrying about your program being perfect instead of helping others with where you're at right now. You have to remember that everybody started where you're at right now. At some point, Michael Jordan had to attempt his first free throw, or even his first chest pass. At some point, Tony Robbins had to have his first client. At some point, we all have to start at ground zero. And the truth is, even if you're a 6 out of 10 as a coach right now, there are people out there that are at a 1, 2, or 3. And because you're so focused on being perfect instead of just helping others, you're not getting to them. The truth is, the only way to get to perfect is by helping more people. You cannot learn how to swim by reading in a book or getting a swimming certification. You have to get in the pool at some point and do the damn thing. That's number one. We have to stop worrying about our program being perfect, and we have to start getting out there, because the truth is, right now, there's somebody out there that is crying themselves to sleep and needs your help. and they're not getting it because you're too focused on your program being perfect. All right. So that's number one. Number two, you're focusing on things that just don't matter because they tie more to your appearance than anything else, right? You're focused on your logo. You're focused on what font to use. Maybe you're getting pretty PowerPoint slides done on Fiverr. What colors look best instead of just putting yourself out there. You're focused on doing busy work and getting business cards rather than just getting out there, enrolling clients and working with people to change their lives. We need to stop focusing on the things that just don't fucking matter and start focusing on the one thing that actually matters. Getting people into your program. You know, one of my favorite sayings. This is from Michael Ford, aka Mark Ford, aka pen name Michael Masterson, who wrote Ready, Aim, Fire. When you're first starting your business, 80% of your focus needs to be focused on one thing: sales and sales-related activities, right? Because without sales, without clients, you cannot perform. You cannot make your service better, and you do not have the money to continue to grow and scale. So stop focusing on your logo. Stop focusing on your business name. Stop focusing on business cards, what font to use, what colors are best, instead of just getting yourself out there and testing the waters, all right? That's number two. Number three, you worry about people judging you, so you hold yourself back. You worry about people judging you, so you hold yourself back. The truth is, if you want to be an influencer, if you want to be a leader, you're going to have to put yourself out there. And if you hold yourself back from getting out there, you will never have an impact. People are going to judge you. People are going to not understand you. The truth is, if you want to change the world, you have to ruffle a little feathers. You know, one of my favorite sayings is, if you want to make an omelet, you have to crack some eggs, right? You have to create some havoc. For you to be successful, you have to be magnetic. I tell this to my clients all the time. For you to be successful, you have to be magnetic. But what do magnets do? Magnets attract, and they also repel. You are going to have people judging you. You are going to have haters. And frankly, one of the best ways to judge whether or not you're being successful is to count the number of haters, to count the number of people judging you, right? I've learned this by working with some of the most successful entrepreneurs and coaches in the world. And even, you know, like, think about this. Think about Tony Robbins. How many haters does Tony Robbins have? Hundreds, thousands, probably millions of people that judge Tony Robbins as, oh, he's not that great, or, oh, his stuff is this and that and blah, blah, blah. But because he has so many haters, he also has such a massive impact, right? You cannot worry about people judging you, because if you worry about people judging you, you'll never get onto the court and you'll never compete, right? That's number three. And number four, you undercharge for fear of people thinking you're selling, right? Here's the truth. Right? Here's the truth. People who pay attention. I couldn't tell you how many clients we've had to pull, out of the mindset gutter that you think, oh my God, if I charge less, it'll get to more people, right? No, that's actually just your fear telling you, like, I'm scared to actually ask people for money. But I will tell you 3 truths about undercharging right now. Number 1, if you undercharge, it actually hurts your clients because they will be uncommitted. They will be uncommitted and they will not get the results that you want. I hear people all the time like, oh, I'll go do it for free for a bit and then I'll get some testimonials and then I'll be able to go up to a higher level. No, never going to work, because they're not going to be committed. So they're not going to get results. So you don't get testimonials, you don't get any money, and they don't get any results. This is a lose-lose for everybody, right? Number 2 is number 2 is the fact that you actually, when you undercharge, obviously, first and foremost, you're not going to make the money that you need, and you're not going to be able to continue this for the long term. And then number 3, when you undercharge, it's actually harder to sell sometimes. This is a big thing that you need to understand. Just because you charge less does not make it easier to sell. We've worked with clients that they were charging $200 or $300 a month. They were charging $200 or $300 a month, and they couldn't get people to enroll in it. And when they learned how to properly enroll without any greasy, grimy sales tricks, they were enrolling twice as many clients at $3K, right? But the truth is, undercharging is one of the fastest ways to kill your business. These are 4 of the fears that I can promise you that right now, most coaches, if you're not earning 6 figures, one of these 4 is probably your biggest issue. So I want you to think about it right now. Are you worrying about your program being perfect instead of just getting out there and helping people? Number 2, are you focusing on things that just don't matter, like your logo and your business name and your font size and what colors to use? Those things just don't matter. All right. Number 3, are you worrying about people judging you? and it's holding you back. And number 4, are you undercharging for fear of people thinking that you're selling or pushing, right? When the truth is, you think that undercharging is going to help you get to more people, but it'll actually make you get to less. Which one of these four is really impacting you right now? Because I guarantee one of these things is impacting you if you're not hitting 6 figures, right? This is actually proof, as Adam Toren said, that if you're not making 6 figures, it's not because you're not good. It's because you're being selfish. The truth is, it's incredibly rare to meet a selfish 6-figure or 7-figure coach. I can tell you this. Maybe it's just like my circles that I hang out in or whatever it might be. But the more you make in general, the more grateful you are and the more giving you are, right? Like as a coach, I want you to think about this. As a coach, you are inherently a good person. I hope so, at least. I hope you're a good person inherently as a coach. I like to think you're a good person if you're a coach, right? I like to think of myself as a good person, right? When I make more money, I don't spend it on things like Lamborghinis and random shit like that. Like I spend it on getting to more clients, helping our clients get better, bringing on a team that can deliver a higher level service. We spend 7 figures just on our payroll for our team and our staff to make sure that our clients get the highest level of support that they can possibly get in the industry, right? Who spends 7 figures on their team to make sure that you're getting the highest level of service, right? These are the things that I want you to realize as coaches. Those are the things that we spend money on, right? But what happens when you make more money, all it does is it makes you more of who you really are. I had an interview with one of my good buddies, Chris Dufay. He's a multi-7-figure earning coach. And he said there's kind of a base level financial spot. And as soon as you break through that base level spot, it's somewhere between 70K and like 100K a year. As soon as you break through this base level spot, all the lower level Maslow hierarchy needs kind of fall off and you start to live in a higher level of self-actualization. And the rest of the money that you bring in just goes into helping you get your mission to the world, right? The truth is, money makes you more of who you really are. And as a coach, it helps you get to more people. As a coach, you can use money as a simple identifier of the impact that you're actually having on the world, right? If people pay you for the value that you bring to them, right? If you bring them more value, they pay you more. If you get to more people, you have more people paying you. As a result, ipso facto, you make more money. The money you make is simply an identifier of the impact that you are having on this world. So if you're not making 6 figures, it's probably because you're not having the impact you really want to have. So the truth is, as a good person, if money makes you more of who you really are and helps you get to more people and is an identifier of the impact that you're truly meant to have on this world, as a coach, you are morally responsible to make more money. As a coach, I'm going to repeat that. As a coach, you are morally responsible to make more money. Because that money is just an identifier of how many people you're impacting. And that money is just going to be an exponentiator of who you really are. And as a coach, you are a good person. So it's just going to allow you to do more good in this world, right? I love you guys. I hope this was a great episode for you. If you're interested in getting our help, to get to that 6-figure mark, go ahead and go to zanderfryer.com/programs to check out our programs to see if we can help you get to that 6 or 7-figure mark. And I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys in the future. And if this was helpful for anybody, make sure to share it with any coaches that need our help, because we need to make sure that the coaches out there, especially right now, the coaches out there are able to go full time and have the impact that they truly deserve. This world needs us now more than ever. It's time to be that leader. I love you guys. And remember, you didn't sign up for easy. You signed up for impact.